Hello everyone, welcome to Gamtai Handmade Creations and another tutorial. Today we're going to learn how to crochet the blossom stitch. So as always, I don't like to dawdle, so let's get started. So this is what the blossom stitch looks like. It's a very easy stitch to make. You just need to know how to single crochet and double crochet. So we're going to go ahead and begin. I have here just a simple category. I think it's a 4. It's just some yarn that I pulled out of my stash that I've used before. And I'm supposed to have this the other way around so I can show you the 5mm hook, but that's what it is, a 5mm hook. So we're going to start off with our slip knot. And I'm going to do this for our beginners because I know a lot of people that start watching my channel are beginners. So we're going to make a simple slip knot. And if you need to slow this down anymore, you can do that. Now with your blossom stitch, it is a multiple of 4 plus 2. So I'm going to start off with this chain here. I'm going to make a chain of 20. And for my beginners, the way you make your chain is you grab your hook, you yarn over around your yarn and pull through the loop. Yarn over and pull through your loop. If you need to go watch that again, you can just turn it back and watch it over again. So now I'm going to go, I have my 20 chains here, and I'm going to add 2 chains to this. This is for our turning chain. This first stitch does not count as a stitch, so go right into your next stitch with a single crochet. And for my beginners, a single crochet is put your hook through the stitch, yarn over, pull up your loop, remembering to twist your hook. You'll have 2 loops on the hook, yarn over and pull through those 2 loops. I'll show you that again. Go into your stitch, yarn over, pull up your loop, yarn over again and pull through both of those loops. That gives you a single crochet. So I'm going to continue making my single crochets across, and I'll be back. So now I have my single crochets here, and your first stitch does not chain 1 at the end of the row, I'm sorry, and then go ahead and turn your work. Please excuse my stuffiness, I'm getting over a head cold. So now in this first stitch here, we've chained 1. We're going to go ahead and put a single crochet into that first stitch here and chain 1. Remember, always chain 1 between your stitches. You're going to skip the next stitch and go into that next stitch with a V-stitch. A V-stitch is a double crochet. So yarn over, go into your stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and chain 1, and go back into that same stitch with another double crochet. That is your V-stitch. A double crochet, chain 1, and another double crochet, all into the same stitch. Once you've done your V-stitch, go ahead and chain 1, skip that next stitch, and move over to your next stitch with a single crochet. And this is your pattern across for this second row. So your first row is those single crochets, the row of single crochet, and then your next row is this pattern here. So into our next stitch, we go with, you skip a stitch, remember to skip, and go into your next stitch with another V stitch, which is a double crochet, chain 1, and another double crochet into the same stitch. And you just continue this process all the way across. Chain 1, skip 1, and then add a single crochet. If you are a little bit more advanced, if you're past the beginner stage, you can go ahead and speed up and go on to the next row. But for my beginners, I'm going to do a few more stitches. So I went ahead and skipped a stitch, and now I'm making a V stitch into the next stitch, chain one, and add another double crochet to that same space, and chain one. So I'm going to keep going across with this, and I will meet you back at the end right before the last stitch. I'm just continuing for my beginners to make sure everyone has the pattern before we continue on. And I'll meet you right there. Okay, so I've made my last V-stitch. I'm going to chain one, skip this stitch here, and there is a final single crochet at the end. This is your last stitch. So when you're done, your last stitch should be a single crochet and then chain one. And that's what that stitch looks like in the beginning. This is the first part of the blossom stitch. So I've chained one. I'm going to go ahead and turn my work. Now for row 3, make sure you chain one and go into this first single crochet with a double crochet. This is your single crochet from the previous row. Chain one, and right in between that V-stitch, we're going to place a single crochet. Make your single crochet and chain one. And your next stitch is going to be a double crochet. This does not count. That's part of your V-stitch. So you put your double crochet in this space here, which is a single crochet, and chain one. This is your pattern all the way across. So into that V-stitch, we put a single crochet and chain one. Your next stitch will be a double crochet, and so on. So once you make your double crochet here, chain one, and in your V-stitch, you will make a single crochet. So I'm going to continue on until I reach to close to the end, and I will be back. If you need to rewind it, you can do that, just to make sure that you have the stitches in the correct order. I'll be back. Alright, I'm at the end of the row. Now I'm going to go into this last stitch, which is a single crochet stitch from the previous row with a double crochet. Chain one, and this is what it looks like so far. So we have our V stitches, our double crochets, our single crochets, and that's how you make this blossom stitch. So now we have to move on to the next row, which is a repeat of row 2. So chain one and turn your work. In your very first stitch, which is from your previous row, which is a double crochet, you're going to put a single crochet here and chain one. And in the next stitch, which is that single crochet that you put into the V-stitch from the previous row, you're going to put a V-stitch here. So as I said, you will repeat row 2. We're repeating row 2, which is a single crochet, and then in the next stitch will be a V-stitch. So there's our V-stitch right here, chain one, and then go into that next stitch with a single crochet. And that next stitch is a double crochet from the previous row. It's kind of hard to see a little bit, but you can see it. It's there. Put your single crochet there and chain one. And just repeat this process back all the way across into the next single crochet is a V-stitch, which is a double crochet, chain one, and a double crochet into the same stitch. So just repeat your process. This V-stitch here, chain one, your next stitch will be a single crochet, the next stitch will be a V-stitch, and so on. And I'll meet you right before the end. So I have my final V-stitch here, and I've chained one, and in this very last stitch you're just going to put a single crochet and chain one. And that's how you make your blossom stitch. So when you chain one and turn, you just go ahead and repeat row 3 again. It's just a back and forth of row 2 and 3, that pattern there. So I want to thank you for watching this tutorial. Don't forget to like and subscribe and leave me a comment on how you feel about this blossom stitch. Go ahead and give it a try. It's great for blankets or a scarf, a nice raised texture stitch. Don't forget to follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at CamTie Handmade Creations. And I will see you in another video. Have a great and awesome day. Bye bye.